New card. What do you think?
Get over here!
Hadouken! That man is playing Galaga.
I understood that reference.
You shall not pass! So say we all.
Ride with me?
It's adamantium tasting time, boys.
Well, make it so, number one.
All wings report in.
And welcome to your weekly interval. This is the Best Damn Nerd Show. I'm your host, microphone alchemist James Kincaid, and with me tonight, getting top billing, Chief Science Officer of Star Labs, Mr. Mark Truex, or Doctor.
Respect. Damn right, it's only about time. If I knew I just had to push all those other hosts down the stairwell sooner, I would have.
That's right. Mark and I are doing a little two-man adventure here tonight. It's just you and me, baby.
It's where I operate best.
And you know what? Respect is a good greeting because we are old school friends. Respect going all the way back to 5th grade or 4th grade, depending on who you ask.
I was about to say, you had it right, and you blew it.
Well, now I just do it to troll you. So it's just Mark and I tonight. We want to make sure that we got you an episode. It seemed like it was BDNS Take a Trip week here. So, you know, people are busy. They got stuff going on. Davis is going to another super spreader event, this time outside of where he resides, too.
Ooh, get that new cross-gen stuff.
Yeah, exactly. He's getting that new strain going on. By the way, we should do an episode just about the strain at some point.
I was about to say, dude, fucking munches. That'd be great.
Love
this strain.
That will not be what we were doing tonight. Tonight's going to be another sort of hodgepodge episode. But Mark, you've been up to some nerdy shenanigans. Tell me a little bit about what you've been up to, because there's a couple things I want to touch on here.
Well, as listeners of the show may know, I'm a fan of deals, and I like to go hustle and find.
What is your
things
catchphrase, Mark?
I refuse to pay full price.
That's damn right.
You would be ashamed of me today, actually, because I paid full price.
No, Mark, you betrayed your own code.
I know. But yeah, I have a wide variety of different collections. I can't help myself. And one of those is, of course, Sega Genesis, as you know. And today I took a family trip out. We went to the San Diego Swap Meet, nice outdoor fun fair, beautiful sunny day.
Socially distanced. Yeah.
All that, yeah. But it was nice just to, let me stop staring at these walls, go outside and look at something, right? And I found me a new Sega Genesis game that I brought home. I adopted it from the wild, and I bathed it and cleaned it up because I'm really into rehabbing old Sega cartridges right now too. Taking them apart and making them squeaky clean. It gets me going. But I picked up Skitchin.
Wait, you picked up what?
Skitchin. It's an inline skating racing game for the Sega Genesis.
Why does this sound vaguely familiar to me? I have not played Skitchin. Why have I heard this before?
So I haven't played Skitchin either, to be perfectly honest.
But you paid full price for it.
I did. Hey, you know what? It was $10. It's fine. I've worked myself to a certain point in my life that $10 is cool.
Well, it must be nice.
But during our SNES Sega Genesis debate, it was one of the titles that Mr. Jonathan Craig had brought up. That Skitchin was awesome. That's what makes Sega great.
Well, now I'm glad that we have a hard confirm that it's actually on Sega.
Yeah. Oh, for sure it is. I can't wait. And so yeah, I picked it up. I rehabbed it, and everything's in working order. And
can you verify?
I can't wait to start playing.
Have you played?
It's basic. So I haven't played it before, but it is.
Have you verified that the cartridge works though?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm telling you, man. I rehab carts. I make those things sparkle. I make. All my Sega games are first plug startup right now.
Nice.
It's great.
Do you have a special technique?
I go nuts on my carts. I do. So you have to get the special game bits to open up the cartridge because they have special screws. You peel it apart, take off the motherboard, and what I do is I'll use a little bit of WD-40 to get in there to help break away some of that, and do that with some Q-tips and go over it a few times. You get a lot of the corrosive layers off, because saliva is bad, and that's what everyone used to do.
Yeah, blow on it, bro.
Blowing into them. No, it's like the worst thing you can do. Moisture
made it work. Made it work, dude.
Moisture terrible. So with my Sega Genesis games, the WD-40 helps take off a lot of that corrosive layer, and they'll come off like looking green and just super dark, and you keep doing that until they basically come off clear. Dry them up real nice with some more cotton swabs. I'll use a little bit of Windex or rubbing alcohol on the actual cartridge itself, the plastic. Seal it all up. If there's anything stuck real hard in there or some big corrosions, you can use like an eraser, and that's a nice like friction surface to buff off anything that's sticking on the pins. Yes,
How long does this
I've been
process
doing it quite
take?
a bit. What's that?
How long does the process take?
Sometimes it's as little as like 2-3 minutes. Sometimes it could be like a 20-minute clean if it's a deep clean. I've gotten some messed up games. Like I picked up a Super Street Fighter 2 that was just corroded to all hell, and that took me probably a good half hour of going back to it like 2 different times trying to clean it up.
Does it work now?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, look
It's
at
good,
you.
dude.
This is like an A&E reality show that you're doing here, man. You're restoring old games,
Yeah, dude. It's like, some people get all enticed and get their rocks off watching like pimple popper videos online.
No.
I watch cart cleaning, dude. Open up some Sega carts and get to clean those. Oh, dirty little cotton swabs.
Sure, you're all dirty birdies.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah,
It's always nice to work in a Tomcats reference in the Best Damn Nerd Show. So
dirty birdie.
So so you've restored Skitchin, which, by the way, again, I'm fully advocating for you to get your own reality show where you go around to different flea markets and buy old cartridge games and restore them and stuff like that, and probably spread to consoles and stuff too. But I'm all aboard for that. So tell me about Skitchin.
So Skitchin is essentially it's like Road Rash. If you've played the Road Rash games, where it's third person view racing, but you're inline skating and you can like ditch and dodge between cars. You can hold on to cars to help propel you further down and gain momentum and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited. You can attack your opponents while you're skating, just like in Road Rash. So, but it's inline skating. It's super 90s.
Yeah, that was the popular thing. So you picked up Skitchin, and now you bought that because John mentioned it on the debate, right?
Specifically because John mentioned
I knew the name sounded familiar, but I don't remember the specific moment when he brought it up as a selling point. I'm too distracted by your Michael Jackson Moonwalker.
Great
evidence.
game, man. Hey, you come on down, it'll load up first try.
How was that restoration project?
Not bad, because that was in constant use, so like most of the games were pretty dirty, to be perfectly honest. I started restoring them a few months back and got through the entire collection there. And so, yeah, it's pretty fun.
I love it. I know this is theater of the mind, but as I'm looking at Mark Truex, and he's in his very swank man cave right now, I can't help but notice, and this is the first time I'm noticing it, so I don't know if you just hung it up or not, but I see the Petco Yoda from Comic-Con from several years back hanging up there. I've not noticed that before.
No.
Is that new? Is that a new addition?
No, that's
been up there.
Yeah, and on the other side of it, there's two. There's the Yoda, and then there's the Boba Fett.
Which, when we went to Comic-Con, I forget what year it was, the good people at Petco, I don't think they knew what they bargained for in terms of just offering us free swag. I think Davis got a dog bed out of the equation.
Yeah, I got a Darth Vader leash for my dog, which still used to this day. We got a Chewbacca like chewing bone toy that's like fuzzy like Chewbacca with his bandolier on it. And then these things. And I also got like this huge poster print. I think the second time around we went, it's like a huge poster, kind of same thing, but like way too big. It's as big as the Star Wars mural painting I have back there. It's like I don't need that, but I will hold on to it until someone wants to pay top dollar for it.
Absolutely. All right, I want to keep it with what you've been up to because I know you. I was just gonna say you've been watching some Sopranos, enjoying yourself.
Yep. Mr. Bud and I, Jeff, are both on
Never
the
heard of
Soprano wagon. Dude, he's a guy. He's got good taste because not only does he like the Sopranos, he also likes the Ultraverse. And so we do a podcast, the Ultra Monthly Podcast, shameless plug. But nice cross promotion here. Season 3 finale opens up with Anthony Soprano Jr. reading an Ultraverse comic book.
No way.
Yes, front and center. He's reading like Freaks issue 6, the breakthrough crossover. And what's funny is like that episode debuted in like 2001, I think it was. And that issue had came out in like December of 93. So it's because HBO was a very forward thinking company.
Of course.
They knew the quality. HBO, they only put out good.
It's not TV, it's HBO.
That's right. And
true.
so they knew we can't just put Marvel comics or whatever. No, let's get the good stuff. Let's get the stuff that Marvel doesn't want you to know about. Because Ultraverse is technically a Marvel book now. But yeah, it was pretty neat to see that show up.
Well, I'm happy.
Sopranos has been a blast.
I'm happy that you and Mr. Bud are watching that. I need to give it a deeper rewatch as well, and that the Ultra Monthly podcast is still going strong. You know, it's of the things that have been born out of the Best Damn Nerd Show umbrella, which of course that umbrella was built by me. I'm very proud of that show.
Yeah, the Ultra Monthly is definitely like the best show getting put out for sure.
Wow.
And you too can hear Ultra Monthly podcast.
Yes.
This week there's actually a new episode coming out. So if you go out to your iTunes and Spotify, Stitcher, all that jazz, you can find issue 32 where we go in depth on Hardcase. He's kind of like the Ultraverse's Captain America or Golden Age Superman.
I dig
He's
it.
great. He's also a Hollywood A-lister.
Like The Miz.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm very happy that you guys are continuing on with Ultra Monthly. I was always a big Lucha Lowdown guy, though, myself, in terms of side podcasts, but I digress.
Bang, boom, kapow.
I also appreciate the fact that you guys are just a monthly podcast. God, what a world. I'd kill for that.
It's a very rigorous schedule, but we do not skimp on it.
Well, no, I mean, and it's you're ready to really go full bore too because it's once a month, so your enthusiasm's all the way up. Jump on now if you're not already listening to the Ultra Monthly podcast. So
jump on now and subscribe.
That's right. Where can they subscribe, Mark?
You should. iTunes, Spotify, Google. Go to the website. Yeah, check it out. Ultra Monthly podcast.
All right, that's enough.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Like, yeah. Do it.
You're also Mark's got a lot going on. I want to talk to you because you've been playing Red Dead 2, and we are going to be doing a Red Dead 2 episode here on the Best Damn Nerd Show. But as you were progressing through it, I want to get your raw thoughts about Red Dead Redemption 2 so far.
I'm loving it, man. I played the first Red Dead and I never got to finish it, but I just had such a blast doing it. And when I first started Red Dead 2, not gonna lie, I was a little let down. There was all this snow. I was like, put me out in the West.
Yeah.
All this snow. Like, what is this, Hateful Eight? I mean, I know people liked that movie at the time, but it's what it kind of felt like. And then as soon as we got off the mountain and into Valentine, I was like, yeah, this is it. I am for anyone else that's played it, I am almost done with chapter 6. I'm coming into like the final throes of the story mode. Arthur Morgan, good man.
I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but in my opinion, depending on how you play him, one of the great protagonists in video game history. Jeff and I can go all night long talking about just what a beautiful story and how powerful RDR2 is. So I'm thrilled that you're going through it. I hope you haven't been rushing it too hard, though, because some of the beauty of the world is in the side quests and just sort of doing your own thing a little bit. And just the random population, like, have you had to suck the poison out of the guy's leg yet and stuff like that? Or the convict that asks you to shoot him out of his shackles and all that stuff. Like, there's so many great just random encounters that can happen throughout the world that are just awesome.
I like a lot of the random stuff like that. The guy with the snake bite, I just gave him a health cure. I ain't sucking nothing.
Oh yeah, me too.
I am rich on this. Like,
yeah, but did you bump it? But did you
health tonics?
Did you bump into him in town after that?
If he's the guy that gave me a gun?
He gives you essentially store credit where you can buy a gun.
For a gun. Yeah. Then
Yeah, good deal.
I got that. I like a lot of the small little side quest stuff. I like the silly antics of the drunk brothers in Valentine.
Yeah,
shooting stuff off their heads.
Yeah.
Right now I am hard simping on the widow up in the northeast of the map.
Yeah.
Teaching her to hunt.
That's a great side story though too.
I'm pining on that one. But my damn tuberculosis is getting in the way.
Spoiler alert, everybody. Your damn lunger. Who's your outside of Arthur? Like, who do you like in the gang and everything like that?
Big Sean guy. Definitely like Sean. Definitely liked Lenny. And Charles is good.
Charles is great.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Ride with me.
I like Sadie a lot myself.
Sadie's great.
Sadie's a tremendous character.
She looks great in red.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No.
Covered in red.
I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad you're. I love the memes that came out of RDR2, and I think you're far enough too where if I say I have a plan or have some goddamn faith, it's
goddamn.
Dutch and the Vanderlyn gang is fantastic. So I'm looking forward to doing a full deep dive on RDR2 and we'll probably tie in Ghost of Tsushima as well in that episode. So you're gonna have to play that next, Mark. Sorry, it just has to be done. Skitcher's gonna have to wait.
When I'm done with Red Dead, I'm going back to Mass Effect 3. I gotta know what the big hoo-ha's about.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm down with that too.
I gotta know.
We can revisit that because I'm all about that remastered Mass Effect coming out. We've been talking about it a little bit in the Discord. That's bestdamnnerdshow.com/Discord. I am ready. And I think we talked about this on a Nerdgasm or Nogasm. I'm ready to be heard again. I'm ready to go back to Mass Effect and revisit everything. I'm with it.
Did you ever play the fourth one that we didn't know existed, Andromeda?
No, I didn't. Again, because I think we did when we were doing the Best Damn Nerd Show. I remember the announcement for Andromeda, and I remember reading like that it sort of didn't have anything to do. I think stylistically, not even the same style game as Mass Effect. So I completely ignored it and forgot about it after that point in time.
If I
is it? See, I don't even
appropriately. And take this as a lot of half truths and conjecture.
I still haven't read up on it clearly,
but I'm pretty sure it's like when Earthlings first started going out into like the Andromeda galaxy and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Is it?
So
I thought I vaguely remember it being like different style gameplay too.
I'll find out soon because I did pick it up. I found it at a GameStop with all that GameStop, stuff going on.
To the moon.
So I popped in to buy some stock, and they're like, "We don't do that here." I'm like, "Oh, I guess I'll buy this game for $5."
Fucking game.
I'll buy a $5 game that's like 40 hours.
Mark, why'd you do that? It only sells for $1.
How are you going to make a profit selling 40 hours of entertainment for $5?
You're losing money.
Can't do it.
Oh well,
can't do it.
Davis and his diamond hands. Thanks you.
That inspired me to go back and finish 3. I realized I couldn't go into this without knowing what happens in 3.
And I'm excited for you to revisit that. Maybe I'll do the same. So,
do it.
We'll see about that. But I'm glad you're playing RDR2. Myself, I've been nerding out a little bit. Myself, I have been binge watching whilst working from home here when I'm not going into the office in San Francisco. I am almost all the way caught up after just starting about a week or so ago, Attack on Titan. I had gotten home from work and I wasn't quite ready to go to bed, and I just was like, I just talked into my remote just on a whim. I didn't even know if it would have it. I was like, Attack on Titan, and it popped up, and I was like, all right, let's do this. And that first episode hooked me completely. I'm fucking all in on Attack on Titan. What a great show. I already have some characters that I strongly connected with and just love, like already very, very endearing characters. I'm very much so enjoying it. Mark, I know you dipped a toe in on Attack on Titan. You and Jeff, I think, at the same time as well, back in the day.
Back when it first came out on, I think it was Cartoon Network, when it was like airing, and they only had the first season because the rest of it wasn't finished in Japan yet. They were still like avidly animating it. I absolutely loved it, and my wife liked it too, which, you know, is a pretty hardcore anime and pretty graphic, but it's just such a different story, and it's otherworldly in its whole setting, but great action, great music.
Yes,
we are the hunters.
Oh yeah. Yes, absolutely.
And it was great, and I just remember, like, when it came out, I was riding it pretty high, and I believe Jeff was too, and we went to WonderCon that first year, and there was so much cosplay as Attack on Titan. You can tell who were being scouts and who were
the
on
omnidirectional gear and stuff like that. That's sick.
Yeah, and they had the different insignias on their jackets and things, and there was tons of people dressed. I was like, oh, I thought this was just like something weird that I found that I really liked, and that's what's great about, you know, these kind of conventions. Like,
sure,
no, there's other people that like this shit too. And then I never saw it again because there was never any more new episodes. And only recently did I find out it finally came to Netflix, which is, I'm guessing, where you.
No, it's actually, I don't even think it's on Netflix anymore, because I remember when it came to Netflix as well. The way I watch it is just streaming on my TV through Adult Swim. It is where it's on now, and so that's how I watch it. It's on Adult Swim, and I know it's on Hulu too, because I believe that you can get the just the subtitled version on Hulu, which is originally how I was watching it. But if I throw it on while I'm working and I need to multitask, I know this might be blasphemy to some, but I need the dubbed version, and I know there's a lot of sort of maligning of dubbed anime and stuff like that. I have watched the first few episodes subbed, and I've now, binged through it with the dub. It's a great dubbed version of an anime. Like, they did a really, really good job, in my opinion, and especially with, the characters that I really identify with or, are really rooting for. I appreciate the voice acting in the dubbed version is top tier, in my opinion, for anime. So I'm 100% a Commander Erwin guy. And totally Commander Erwin, and I see so much in Jeff, in Captain Levi, that it's like their relationship is, to me, like, and I've texted them this a couple times, like, dude, we're Erwin and Levi. Like, that's just what it is. And who did you really like, Mark?
I mean, I like Eren a lot.
Yeah.
I like his bloodlust. Like, he's just pissed. He's like, no, I'm going. Like, everyone else is coming back down, trying, you bunch of pussies.
He's strong in will.
Fight.
I figured you're for kind of a honest guy, but anyway, so I am into the fourth season of Attack on Titan, the final season. I'm interested to see how they're going to wrap everything up, but it's been super enjoyable thus far. So that's what we've been nerding out on in our personal lives. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side, we're going to get into a new trailer for Mortal Kombat that sent the world aflutter and everything like that. So we're going to take a quick break. We're talking Mortal Kombat on the other side on the Best Damn Nerd Show.
Hey everyone, Chris Seglia here, CEO of the Tenno Media Network. I would like to say thank you for checking out one of our podcasts, but we need your help. You can support Tenno in a multitude of ways. By going to our website and checking out our latest podcasts, by buying some sweet merch, joining our Discord, or getting early and exclusive access to all content via our Patreon. Your support means the world to us, and you can find everything on our website, www.10-o.gg. That's ten-o.gg. Thank you again, and now, back to the show.
Nerdosphere. It's the microphone alchemist Bimbo Jimbo here, and we want you to be in on the conversation with us. So sound off to us in our Discord, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at the BDNS. And maybe you actually like the Star Wars prequels and sequels. Maybe you think the MCU should be a comedy open mic night on the big screen. Whatever you think, we love to feature the hottest takes from our fans on the show. So remember, if you're a nerd, always say it loud and say it proud. Welcome back to the Best Damn Nerd Show. James Kincaid alongside Mark Truex. And we're going to be getting into the latest trailer for Mortal Kombat, the new reboot of the video game franchise movie version, the cinematic Mortal Kombat, which, of course, the one that came out in the 90s was near and dear to my heart, and I think a lot of other nerds' hearts. And there's been various iterations over the years of them trying to sort of revive it. And, certainly friend of the Best Damn Nerd Show, Casper Van Dien, was a part of that back in the day.
Yeah.
So
the Cinema series was cool.
It was, and there was a lot of sort of, I think that's really where a lot of, in earnest, this sort of revival for Mortal Kombat started. But with this new trailer, I mean, the reaction spread throughout the nerdosphere and everything like that. So what was your reaction to the trailer, Mark? I assume this is not news to you.
Not this time. I mean, I knew there was a Mortal Kombat coming around for a while and that it was going to be a part of the HBO thing, right?
Yes.
And I just didn't know when a trailer was hitting. I wasn't keeping my ear to it that close. But then one day on Facebook, all of a sudden it was like my whole feed was just blown up by all different random people that aren't related to each other or anything like that, just from all different segments of my life that, is what Facebook for, a dumping ground for people, right? It's like, collect them here. And everyone was talking about it. Everyone. I was like, you like Mortal Kombat? Like, you're into this? And then I watched it. I was like, well, yeah, it's fucking awesome. This looks great. Mortal Kombat's phenomenal anyway. And I'm super pumped on this. Goro looks a little CG. Well, he's got 4 arms. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. There's not a lot of Goros walking around. I was very impressed with the trailer overall. I think the discussion in our Discord, I will quote from Jeff Budd, who said that he has mixed feelings about it, that this looks like, pretty fun and looks cool, but it's going to be hard to top the 90s one. The 90s Mortal Kombat video game is maybe the best video game movie of all time. So I have mixed feelings, but I am optimistic for it. I thought the trailer thing, most things, looked really great. I think Scorpion looks cool. Sub-Zero looks awesome. So I'm stoked on that.
Say,
yeah, go ahead.
The Get Over Here could use some work.
I don't know if that. Yeah, it was a little underplayed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little underplayed. That might just be for the trailer and stuff like that. I totally get where you're coming from there. I will say, in terms of what needs some work, I was a little underwhelmed by Raiden in the trailer, right? Like, I don't know.
You didn't get much.
You didn't get much, and he just didn't look very sort of imposing in the trailer, in my opinion. And I think Raiden might have the toughest act to follow when it comes to the 90s movie, because he's following up Christopher Lambert, who was, in my opinion, an awesome Raiden. Not at all like what the video game was, but he made the role his own in terms of the cinematic universe.
I didn't see much of him in this one. I thought it all looked really strong, so it just looked like a heavy Sonya Blade movie. Her and Jax, and I like what they did with Jax's arms.
That was awesome.
That change up for like the origin for his arms sort of thing is cool, but also like, I don't know, this movie should just be about the fighting tournament. Instead, it makes it seem like more of a sleuthen like operation.
I think we're going to get a lot of the tournament. I certainly hope we do anyway, because, look, I'm a mark for tournaments. I think it's awesome. That's what I love about the whole origins of Mortal Kombat is this sort of all these different, Earth Realm and this whole fighting tournament and all that stuff. It's why The Quest is, maybe my favorite Van Damme movie of all time.
Over Bloodsport?
I like Bloodsport too, but, look, I love Sir Roger Moore was in The Quest, so I go with The Quest. But I think that of the omissions, and we discussed this a little bit on Discord, the fact that we do not see Johnny Cage involved in this is a big miss, because he's one of the original game characters. He's a really fun, beloved character in the Mortal Kombat franchise as well, played by Casper Van Dien in that Machinima version as well. I would have just brought him back, but yeah, I think not having Johnny Cage involved in this is a big time mistake.
Yeah. Are you for certain that he won't be, though? He's got to be coming
Most
through.
of the things I've seen online is that he maybe could be some type of reveal as maybe a more minor character, but like you said, it looks like a very Sonya and Jax-centric storyline, which I get Sonya being key to it. I think Jeff said it best in the Discord is, you can introduce Jax and Kung Lao in this first movie, but don't have them be in the tournament, which I think is a great call. And I like Kung Lao as well.
I love Kung Lao.
Yeah.
That's my dude.
I'm an Odd Job fan. It's already previously established in Best Damn Nerd Show canon, so of course I'm going to like Kung Lao, but I would rather have Johnny Cage involved in this first movie. To me, it just seems sort of counterintuitive not to. Like you, I loved the twist on how Jax got his arms, though. I think it was a great visual to show in the trailer of Sub-Zero just destroying them. I think I love the actor that plays Scorpion, and he was in The Last Samurai. He's one of my favorite characters in The Last Samurai, so I'm a really big fan of that actor. I think he looks awesome in the trailer. And I'm willing, like, this trailer was a nerdgasm for me. I'm just like Mass Effect. I'm ready to get hurt again. I'm ready to believe in this. It doesn't have to top the 90s version, which just has so much nostalgia and good feelings to it, but I'm ready for this movie, and I hope it's really good. And I'm sort of optimistic about it.
Good. I love positive James. This is delightful.
I'm a positive man.
I like James liking stuff.
I like a lot of stuff. Don't ruin this, Mark.
No, I got a nerdgasm on this one too, buddy. I'm right there with you. I'm wooing with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. You know what I'm not wooing about is in reaction to this trailer, which was prevalent throughout the internet. This shoddy fly-by-night publication, which gets a lot of attention, Jezebel, posted an article. The headline is, "Who forgot to invite Chun-Li to Mortal Kombat?" and writes this whole article about how perplexed they were that Chun-Li was not involved in Mortal Kombat and the trailer and everything like that, lamenting Chun-Li's absence. And then at the bottom, update, 4:39 p.m. Jezebel has discovered the answer to our question about Chun-Li's erasure, and it is that Chun-Li is not part of the Mortal Kombat megaverse. Wow. What a fucking massive fail, and just what an idiot to put that article out there. Complete moron.
They got so many more clicks, though.
Probably. You know what? You're right about that, but what a complete moron.
They got paid. They're fine.
Yeah, that's actually probably their highest clicked on article, which I think is what they get paid by the click, because they let anybody write for them.
And that's probably why it showed up throughout my feed. Everyone saw it from the Jezebel article.
Yeah.
And got turned on to it.
Just complete trash. Just complete. What a complete rag to put that out there. I hope they were appropriately dragged throughout the internet for that too. So just
what was cool.
Yes.
Was seeing Smoke. Smoke
in the trailer.
That's all I got to say. I thought that was neat. Poof in gray showing up.
Nice. Mark, growing up as a Sega guy, which one of the things I will fully grant Sega is that when I think of fighting games and Sega, I think Mortal Kombat. I think of the arcade, but in terms of console ports, I thought Super Nintendo was more the Street Fighter wheelhouse. Sega was more the Mortal Kombat wheelhouse. So I assume you grew up playing some Mortal Kombat.
Indeed.
And
Indeed, I did.
yeah, who are your go-tos in Mortal Kombat?
Kung Lao, for sure.
Okay.
Scorpion.
Nice.
And I did like me. Oh man, why am I blanking on his name? It was a different guy that showed up in 3. Was it Cyrax? Cyrax?
Yeah, he was the one that shot the net out of his chest. That was like the next evolution of Scorpion. Was Cyrax and his netting, because he was also the yellow cyborg ninja in terms of palette, and then Sector was red and he shot the rocket.
Mm-hmm.
I was more of a Cyrax guy too.
Disappointing with 3 though. I mean, they took out Scorpion, they took out Johnny Cage, and they took out a couple others. They took out like Katana, quite a bit. It's like they almost threw in all new characters.
Well, I think the creators have talked about how they regret removing Scorpion and some of the other characters from Mortal Kombat 3, which I think in Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate, I think they're added back into it. But I have to check on that. But I'm a big fan of the Mortal Kombat franchise. We have a Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter episode also on the docket coming up on the Best Damn Nerd Show. So as we get closer to this movie's release date, I think that episode will have to take place. I think that's the next move to make. I was a Sub-Zero and Scorpion guy, leaned heavily Sub-Zero until a story got just too convoluted, in which I just glommed onto Scorpion because it's just like, ugh, like a brother, and now he's not wearing the mask, which looks stupid, and yeah, just, you know. So
I got the Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero game for the Nintendo 64.
That was a fun game, dude.
Ah, it sucked.
I liked it.
That game sucked.
I liked it. It was fun for me, bro.
I couldn't get past level 1.
Why do you hate everything?
If
I
can't play it, it's not fun.
I liked it. I enjoy it. I like stuff.
That's where I felt like Sub-Zero really jumped. It's like, oh, everyone likes Sub-Zero. He even got his own game. He should be a bad guy. What is this? Some awful side scroller brawler with like Mortal Kombat moves that are way too complicated to do. Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to take one more break. On the other side, we're going to keep it with the video game track because Mark, in his very diligent research and his love of the Toy Hall of Fame, Mark, what have you stumbled upon?
Well, Toy Hall of Fame, is such a great near and dear concept and discussion point to my heart here on the Best Damn Nerd Show. But what you got to understand is the Toy Hall of Fame is hosted by one National Museum of Play, the Strong. And when you play stuff, you don't just play with toys, you also play video games.
Haven't they inducted video games into their Toy Hall of Fame?
I think they inducted gaming systems, but there is actually a World Video Game Hall of Fame hosted at the Strong.
Define world.
World. I'll tell you, it's world, all right? There's reasons why it's world. Everyone's playing these games around the world, and it's been going on since 2015, and I'm excited to break them out with you.
All right, we're gonna break that down again. It's not new, but it's news to us. The Video Game Hall of Fame on the other side of the Best Damn Nerd Show.
What up, nerds? Lore Master Tim here. We're excited to be delivering your weekly fix of nerd culture, but it's not enough. We need your life force to sustain us. So use those hot little hands to subscribe, rate, and review us on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or however you take your medicine. One of our favorite pastimes on the BDNS is reading fan mail on air. So sing us a song of hatred or love, and you may just hear your beautiful words being featured on an episode. That's why it's important, nay, essential to rate and review us. Until then, as always, nerds, say it loud, say it proud.
It's the microphone alchemist Bimbo Jimbo here, and when I'm not verbally super kicking Last Jedi fans on the Best Damn Nerd Show, or fantasy casting The Rock in another movie on the DLC, well, that's when I actually get to talk about wrestling. That's right, come join me in the Wrestling War Room, where I take my mic to the mat and launch my hot takes about the Wednesday night war between AEW and NXT. The Wrestling War Room. Which side are you on?
Hey guys, it's the loquacious anime and manga lover Jahns here. Now I have watched a lot of anime and I've read an abundance of manga, so you would think that I have a pretty interesting opinion on the culture. From classics like Golden Boy and Ghost in the Shell to masterpieces such as Psycho Pass and Gantz. Come and join me as I talk about the world of anime and manga, which has had a huge impact on my life. And who knows, whatever I talk about and recommend to you guys could become one of your favorite series.
Ammo with Jammers.
Welcome back to the Best Damn Nerd Show. One final segment. James Kincaid alongside Mark Truex. And Mark, you discovered, courtesy of the Toy Hall of Fame, the, quote, World Video Game Hall of Fame, which has been inducting video games since 2015. Let's go ahead and break down some of this. I guess we should travel all the way back in our Wayback Machine to 2015, talk about those inductees, and we'll talk about some maybe the glaring omissions or maybe people that jumped in line. But Mark, what jumps out to you before we break down each individual class about the Video Game Hall of Fame?
Well, here's what I like that the Museum of Play did. Is when they're doing the inductees, since we have history to look back upon, right? This isn't like starting at the very beginning. This isn't necessarily a chronological instance. This is 2015. We're talking about the future of video games. So we've already had years of games, 30 plus, right? Already going on in console gaming and so forth. So they have more to work with. And so when they're inducting items into their classes, they don't just have to be, well, this was more important first before anything else came out in like the 90s or whatever, right? They can look back at things that really redefine different genres of gameplay and different methods of gameplay and so forth. And that's where, when you look at the inductees here, like Pong, right? I mean, that was a huge sensation, and that was great for in-home gaming. Then you see on here in the same instance, you got Pac-Man, which was huge for the arcades. You got Super Mario Brothers, huge for modern console gaming, and then World of Warcraft for the MMORPGs.
Yeah,
right?
so
like we're
so
kind
you're
of satisfying all these different games as you know them now. Now, when people play games, they like certain kinds of games. You know what I mean? Puzzle games, you got Tetris in this class. First-person shooters, you got Doom in this class. And I would say all of these arguably should be Hall of Fame material for their respective types of gameplay.
I would agree with you. I think that the 2015, the inaugural class, they did very well for themselves. Super Mario Bros. Has to be, in that first class. Pong, Pac-Man, Doom, Tetris, and I applaud them for the World of Warcraft inclusion there, because in terms of MMORPGs, which is a big deal and a game changer. I mean, that is the alpha and the omega of their particular style of game. It's the whole subscription base and everything like that. It's completely different than any of the other inductees in that 2015 class. But I think they did well in 2015. I would co-sign on all of them in terms of being first ballot inductees.
Pretty good. It's pretty solid. I mean,
certainly better than what the Toy Hall of Fame gave us. No doubt.
Box is great. My daughter loves playing with Box. That's all she wants. Box and stick. Paper, blanket, like I get her toys constantly. I bought her a bunch of new toys today, and she was playing with like the box parts of this new easel we got, like the empty cardboard and packing material.
Be that as it may.
That's where the joy was.
That's not a toy that's sold, though. All right, let's take a look at the next year's inductees, though, unless you have something else you want to say about 2015.
No. I like it. I mean, the only thing with World of Warcraft, wouldn't you say like EverQuest? Predates it, but I mean,
yeah, but World of Warcraft
was just for people in the know.
Yeah,
I guess.
I would 100% induct World of Warcraft before I would induct EverQuest. 100%. So I think they made the right call there. 2016, a little bit more interesting, maybe a little bit more lively debate. But apropos of our last episode, which, Mark, I'm sure you listened to, two of these games were mentioned. Did you listen?
I did.
Ah, very nice.
You guys trashing the Doom. First off, the Doom kept the lights on at that park. All right.
What was the name of your park? Mark's Theme Park?
It was probably like the Magic. All right. Because there was
the
nothing
roller
greater.
coaster place.
Dude, the Doom was perfect. It got people in the seats. It's so good it spawned other hit coasters like the Doom 2, The Revenge, and the Doom 3, Even More Doom.
Yeah, it's a whole franchise of coasters. But well, first of all, I'm flattered that you listened to an episode you weren't on. Second of all, I'm glad that you heard Adam, Zika, and I talking about your park and roller coaster tycoon. I mean, before we get into the, do you remember the hard time that we gave you looking at your park?
Dude, my park was prosperous. I got the achievements. I passed the levels.
Yep. All right. Well, also mentioned episode was The Sims, which is part of the 2016 inductees. What do you think about The Sims making it here?
Makes perfect sense. As we were talking about like sim games, I'm surprised like Sim City didn't pop up. Actually, it's not even on the list. Looking it over right now, Sim City does not even make the list, which is kind of interesting.
I would put The Sims in over Sim City.
But The Sims makes sense that it would be on there. I mean, that is a different kind of game for sure. I am not good at it. I can't do it. I blow all my money on making walls, and I got this big empty house. I don't know how to get a job or meet people. I'm not good at The Sims.
But it makes sense. But all you have to do, anyway, we talked about it last week, what you can do to your Sims and everything like that.
Yeah.
Also,
these are monsters, by the way.
Trust me, you have that within you as well, Mark.
Monsters,
Mr.
And Roller Coaster Tycoon. I did for sure.
Don't pretend to be above it. The Oregon Trail, inducted in 2016, also a game near and dear to the best damn nerd show's heart and yours, Mark. I hope I got the story correct that I was regaling about your Oregon Trail tale last week as well.
So absurd and 100% accurate. First time I got suspended, I had to explain that to family members.
How'd that go over?
Not great. It was 5th grade.
I mean, for those of you that didn't hear and haven't heard in the archives, Mark got suspended for an Oregon Trail when his wagon party died on the tombstone. Instead of writing "Here lies, Mark" or "The Doom" or anything like that, he wrote "Fuck you." So
yeah, I gave my all, and it took it from me.
But yeah, Oregon Trail definitely belongs. That's such a classic game. Another one, I mean, this is one in terms of games that were not in the first class that I would have maybe argued and quibbled with. Legend of Zelda, one of the all-time great games, one of my personal favorites, definitely one that I could have seen going in the first class. But, they get it in here in year 2. Certainly belongs. Are you a Legend of Zelda guy, Mark?
I dig it. That's the only Zelda game I've played is OG Legend of Zelda. And I never finished it either, but I definitely got a few layers in and had a really good time. I mean, if you're talking RPGs, like that's a quintessential style like that. I mean, that laid the foundation for games like Pokemon and Final Fantasy and so forth, I feel like.
Legend of Zelda, just one of the best. Space Invaders, a classic. Sonic the Hedgehog, and I got to be honest, when I was scrolling through this list, I saw the 2016 class before I saw the 2015 class. I was like, Lord help them if they put in Sonic the fucking Hedgehog before they put in Mario. But thankfully, they put in Mario first. Well-deserved.
Well, you see, Sonic is when video games finally got an attitude.
Oh, please.
It just wasn't for a bunch of geeks.
Please.
Sonic made it cool. Dude, Sonic opened up the doors for all kinds of consumers and made the video game industry what it is today.
I gotta say, so far, it's just completely blowing past the nonsense that you are spewing. I think so far the Video Game Hall of Fame is way more on point than the Toy Hall of Fame so far at their inductees.
And Space Invaders would be a first seed for me as well. I think Space Invaders is quintessential arcade. I say it's Space Invaders, Pac-Man, Centipede are like the trio. Maybe Galaga of like quintessential classic arcades. And they all play quite well. Pac-Man and Space Invaders played quite differently. I guess Galaga and Centipede are a little similar.
Well,
Space Invaders
rounding out the 2016 inductees is Grand Theft Auto 3, which was a momentous game. Huge game for the PS2. And I think, in my opinion, still the best of the Grand Theft Auto franchise, and really put PS2 on the map. That was like the one game that, even if you were on sort of like the Nintendo side of things, like that was the one game. It's like, oh man, like I got to get a friend with a PS2 to play Grand Theft Auto 3 kind of deal. Like it was a huge deal at the time that came out. So I definitely see why it's included here. Over a game like, say, Metal Gear Solid? Maybe not, though.
Metal Gear's not shit.
Fuck you, dude.
Not over Grand Theft? No.
I would. But maybe Metal Gear is a little bit more niche.
Seeing Grand Theft 3 here, what came out first, that or World of Warcraft? Grand Theft Auto 3, right?
I believe so.
I feel like the play styles, I know one's an RPG online, but Grand Theft Auto is more or less an RPG.
Not really. Whoa. No.
Yeah, kinda.
No.
Kinda. Eventually, you start getting clothes and you level up your attributes.
That's in like San Andreas like and stuff.
Yeah, I loved San Andreas.
I was not the biggest fan of San Andreas.
Oh, quack.
San Andreas wasn't my favorite.
Super good. But just the overall play style, Grand Theft Auto 3 is what World of Warcraft is. How you're playing in an open world and so forth. So I'm kind of surprised that's inducted after.
All right,
just because you can play online.
Well, I just think
what's next? Bejeweled.
Well, not quite, but we'll get there. The 2017 inductees: Donkey Kong, Halo, Pokemon, and Street Fighter 2. What a class of just absolute hitters, dude. That's a friggin' really strong class of inductees. Hey, actually, when I see Halo and I see Doom already in, the fact that GoldenEye is not in, though, does jump out.
GoldenEye, for sure. Dude, snub in the 64 right now.
Yeah, that's...
Right? Nothing in here.
But that's a great class,
definitely, though. Yeah, Halo definitely took over and became massive, and I think that's because we started getting a lot more like esport kind of things coming around at the same time. But GoldenEye set the stage for that without a doubt.
I would actually put GoldenEye in before Doom. I might be in the minority on that. I just think GoldenEye was a phenomenon of a game to the like even a level beyond Doom. Like everybody was playing GoldenEye, and we talked about in the first-person shooter episode. In terms of first-person shooters, I think GoldenEye sits atop them all. So I would put GoldenEye before I put in Doom.
GoldenEye was fantastic. And I know Perfect Dark ranks right up in there and really took what GoldenEye laid out and became one of like the best games for the 64. I've actually been trying to replay it and then recently discovered I don't have my expansion pack for my 64, so I can't play the story.
Brutal.
So if anyone's got a spare Nintendo 64 expansion pack, let me know.
I'll take a look.
They don't make them anymore, surprisingly.
I'll take it. Yeah, what a shock. What a shock. But the rest of that class, Pokemon, I wasn't super into it, but I know what a huge deal it was and remains to this day.
My Game Boy came with Pokemon. I got a Game Boy Color with blue, the only one worth playing, let's be honest. Blue's the best.
I don't even know enough to contradict or agree with that statement.
Dude, going Squirtle all day, son. And Pokemon was fantastic. That was essentially Game Boy for me. That was like a defining game for that. That or Tetris. So Pokemon for sure. The red and green threw me off. And that's where this is a World Hall of Fame, because the red and green were the versions from old Japan.
Wow. Okay. Thank you, Mark. I don't think I guess if that's what makes this a World Video Game Hall of Fame. The 2018 inductees: Tomb Raider. Love Lara Croft. Love Tomb Raider. Space War. John Madden Football and Final Fantasy VII. Again, a wide swath of different kinds of games being inducted there.
Good to see another Sega Genesis game making the roster. John Madden Football there.
You can play Madden on Super Nintendo, bitch.
Dude.
Wait, I'm sorry that
on Sega Genesis.
But you do make a good point.
We've been over this. This is plowed ground. Don't try to change
we should have inducted Mike Tyson's Punch Out for the Sega Genesis, but it doesn't fucking exist, Mark. Doesn't exist.
John Madden Football. I mean, if you're talking about transitioning like real world sports to it, I mean Pong, I guess. But other than that, like really the first sport game on here is John Madden Football, which is, I mean, a very successful franchise every year.
I mean, to this day, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I would think Mike Tyson's Punch Out should definitely make the list.
But you just said it yourself, is that Madden Football is a brand even to this day. Mike Tyson's Punch Out is not.
Same can be said for Halo over GoldenEye.
That is true. That is true. Although GoldenEye at its heights, I still would put in before any other first person shooter. Tomb Raider. Love Tomb Raider on PlayStation. Great games.
Is that really like some of the first like big puzzle solving leaps that gaming had taken was with that dungeon crawling?
It definitely was the next evolution in puzzle games. Was Tomb Raider. So I'm happy to see that included there. The 2019 class, Super Mario Kart, great call. Mortal Kombat, which we were discussing. Man, and then they just sort of tank themselves here.
Hold on a minute.
Microsoft Solitaire and Colossal Cave Adventure, excuse me.
Is that not Pitfall? I don't know what that is.
I think it's sort of like I honestly, it's like a puzzle solving, treasure gathering game. I'm not super familiar with it to be honest with you. It's old, damn it. But Microsoft Solitaire taking up a slot that could belong to, I don't know, GoldenEye or Metal Gear Solid is just a travesty.
Dude, Microsoft Solitaire comes on every single computer. Everyone
doesn't make it good. Doesn't make it good.
You know Solitaire blew Minesweeper out of the water for everyone that had to play those games.
I would much rather play Minesweeper.
To this day, you know how many people are probably just staring at Solitaire playing?
Grandmas,
like, on the clock
dude.
at their jobs.
Brutal. It stinks, dude.
Nah, dude, it's great.
No, absolutely
That's fantastic.
not.
Fantastic addition. I don't understand what Colossal Cave is.
Colossal Cave Adventure, I think, missed us, but I clicked on the link and it looks kind of D&D-ish, so I'm into it.
Yeah. And Mortal Kombat probably made it, considering we already have Street Fighter 2 on here because of how raw it was with all that blood on Sega.
All right. You know? I mean, Mortal Kombat, very deserving. Solitaire, I can't get beyond Microsoft Solitaire being in there. All right, then we go to the 2020 inductees. We have Minecraft, Centipede, King's Quest, and Bejeweled. Look, I like King's Quest, but I, again, would go with a Metal Gear or a GoldenEye or any number of other games. Centipede.
Castle of the Winds.
Castlevania over that. Or Resident Evil. There's lots of games. This is where, this class is where this Hall of Fame really fell off for me. Bejeweled,
Lemmings.
King's Quest, Centipede, and Minecraft are the inductees. I don't know. I'm not feeling the 2020 class. What say you?
Again, it's starting to feel like they're really looking at the longevity of things versus games that maybe like change the landscape this time around. I mean, Minecraft I know is like big with children, so people must like it. King's Quest, old school, love it. Already said I enjoy my Centipede for sure. Bejeweled, though, I mean, that's our first takeaway on
app-based gaming. Yeah.
I
would go Angry Birds before I go Bejeweled.
I would say Angry Birds, right?
Yeah, that I would go Angry Birds way before I go Bejeweled.
Yeah, I mean, Angry Birds has. I guess so does Bejeweled. Bejeweled's basically just what's that? Bubble Bubble. Love Bubble Bubble.
I think that this Hall of Fame started super strong, and it's fallen off the last couple of years, outside of a couple of exceptions, in my opinion. When's the 2021 class?
Doing 4. I like that they've only been doing 4 per year now. They started off hot the first few. The last class, the 2020, was inducted in June, I believe. So right now, you can actually go to World Video Game Hall of Fame.org/games. And there's a spot on there to nominate a game. So if there is a certain game that is missing from this list, like Metal Gear Solid, I guess, you could nominate it and put it in there. And I highly encourage the Discord to take effect and swamp this.
It's bestdamnnerdshow.com/Discord.
Yes. Plague, like the rats we are. Plague it. Plague their nominee folders.
Let's take a look at the voting criteria here as well. Icon status, the game is widely recognized and remembered. Longevity, the game is more than a passing fad and has enjoyed popularity over time. Geographical reach, the game meets the above criteria across international boundaries. And influence, the game has exerted significant influence on the design and development of other games and other forms of entertainment, or on popular culture and society in general. A game may be inducted on the basis of this criterion without necessarily having met all of the first 3.
Wait. If it hits pop culture without doing anything else, it's
said
like an
maybe.
auto-in?
It said maybe. It said it may.
Interesting. Yeah, what about like Dragonlance?
Look, there's a lot of deserving games, but I think that they really fell off there in the last one. Who are you going to nominate this year, Mark? Who's most glaring from your list?
From their games overall of inducted games, what you're missing is a real-time strategy game. And so you know me, I'm going Age of Empires 2. Still hot on the definitive edition.
Nice. I'm going to nominate Civilization 2 just to spite you.
So, same thing. Civ would be a great one. Civ or Age of Empires. Age of Empires is a better game. So, Discord,
Civ,
get after
bro.
it, nominate
Civ, greater.
But that kind of game is missing from here. I mean, and you can just go Warcraft. You can go StarCraft. Dune. Dune had a real-time strategy game that came out back in the 90s. Some would call it the first.
You know what's missing is Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Or SimCity.
Or Roller Coaster Tycoon, Mark.
I like Roller Coaster Tycoon, too. The second one. And the third one.
Corkscrew Follies, bro. The second one. So be sure to hit up the discussion in the Discord. What should be the next class for the Video Game Hall of Fame? Get at it in the episode discussion and nominate your own for this, because I think we should start influencing these things as best as we can here. But Mark, any parting shots before we wrap up for tonight?
No.
All right.
I'm just glad to be back.
It's good to have you back. Thanks for being the stalwart co-host this evening. You and I two-manning it, and it was a great pleasure. Finish Red Dead Redemption 2 at your own pace, good sir, and enjoy it. That is going to do it for this week here at the Best Damn Nerd Show. Have a great week, everyone. And remember, if you're a nerd, always say it loud and say it proud.
Hey everyone, Chris Seglia, CEO of the Tenno Media Network here. Thank you so much for listening to our content, but we need your help. Please rate us 5 stars, subscribe, and give us a shining review wherever you listen to this podcast. It really, really helps us out. And one more thing, please tell a friend if you can. Tell them Tasty Steve, Hanzo Gonzo, Markman, Rip, Ricky Replay, or someone who everyone loves sent you or something. That might help. Anyway, again, thank you for listening. And if you want more, make sure to check us out at www.ten-o.gg. www.10o.gg.